All right.
But I don't know enough of that song. I hear that song, but it's just like, who knows? Of the Gangnam Style. That's what it sounded like when Sam was doing it, so you know.
Rise above 3 twist balloon dogs, no bad clowns and cheap wigs here. Raise the bar, prove our art form. It's the Balloon Blast video show with Scott Tripp and Sam Crummy.
Hi folks, welcome back to episode 44 of Balloon Blast. He's Scott Tripp.
Hey, it's Sam Crummy.
We got a lot of great stuff for you this week. I think it's great anyway.
Dude, we made plans. We know what we're doing.
We have a layout and an outline, and we are ready to go.
We are ahead of the curve.
The only thing I do have to say is that I'm chewing on a Ricola right now just to prevent coughing. Allergy season is upon us, so I'm going to try not to cough, and I'll definitely try not to say anything bad on the video. So, Scott.
That's the magic of editing.
I know, right?
All right.
So what's new this week, man?
New this week. I rambled on and on last week. Let's keep it short. Some fun birthday parties. We had a zombie-themed birthday party, a pirate-themed birthday party. And what's funny is a lot of times they bring me in for a theme. You know, there's a Lego pirate theme. They bring me in for a theme. You know, we have a princess party, and there'll be a bunch of boys who want, whatever, race cars and stuff. But they stuck to the themes, so, yeah, totally. The parrots, the zombie everything.
Wow.
You know how we are. All right.
Yeah.
So, what's new with you this week?
Oh, wow. I had a lot of stuff going on this week. This last weekend, I did a couple of fashion shows, actually. I didn't make balloon dresses for them, but I did, I created balloons for the guests of the fashion shows. One was at the Belk in Springfield, Tennessee. I'm a recurring visitor to the Belk store up there. And the other one was for an autism awareness fundraiser. Great event, awesome event. I had a lot of fun at both of them, but the funny stuff happened last night.
Right. Now, the two fashion shows, though, they were unrelated fashion shows?
Completely
coincidentally?
unrelated, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I derailed you.
Completely unrelated. No. That's fine. Questions are how we learn things. But last night, a couple of quick things happened at my regular Monday night restaurant. One of them was, I'm fighting allergies right now. We've got a lot of pollen in the air. I've been coughing, sneezing, nose running, the whole thing. That's why I have the cough drop in right now. One little girl proudly announced to me, "I have a fever." So I've already got the immune system compromised, really. and she announces she has a fever, says to me, "Hand me a balloon."
I have the plague. Let me get your bag.
Then another one, I was making a horse for a little girl, and I was putting the reins and bridle on it, and her brother said, "Oh, that's the yeehaw thingy." And I don't know why, but that tickled me to the point I had to take a note of the yeehaw thingy. I have no idea what it means, but he said it's where they go, "Yeehaw, yeehaw." And I'm like, okay. But third, this one we got a picture of. Kid asked me for a circuit board. And I said, "A circuit board?" He said, "Yeah, like electronics." "Oh, yeah. Like a PCB with electronic components on it, like microprocessor, capacitor, resistor, that kind of stuff." Okay. Said, "If you don't want to make it, you don't have to." I was like, No. I'm going to make this. You're going to like it. But I said, "Why a circuit board?" He said, "Why a bunny or a dog? You make things like that all the time. This is something different and unusual." I'm like, "You're a genius, and I would follow you to the ends of the earth, sir." And so he doesn't realize it, but I think I almost made him a deity. So, but it was a unique and funny and completely unusual and off-the-wall request, and I love those kind of things. No. Those are the things that keep us growing.
Yeah, was he thinking about it, or was it loaded and ready when you asked? Just circuit board? Or...
He knew. He's a regular at that restaurant, and every week he comes in with something new. I forget what it was the week prior, because I seriously make balloons for probably about 1,000 people every week, so it's hard to keep track. But he knew ahead of time he was going to challenge me with a circuit board. I mean, it was just a flat weave base with a flat weave microprocessor, a tulip twist resistor, and a couple of capacitors sewn in. But
you're
still
run-of-the-mill balloon circuit board.
Right.
That you learned from volume 1 of the balloon.
The artwork is done with Sharpie or Expo marker in my case, so it looks like the circuits are traveling to each other. Yeah. As the Balloon Blast technical advisor, I'm familiar with this stuff, whereas Scott is the brainchild behind the operation. So he's the idea man, and he says, "What can we do with this?" And I'm like, "Oh, I can make that." So yeah.
Which I've got to say, I've got the easy part of the job.
No. Mine's the easy part. I get to play in the shop while you have to come up with new ideas. See what you
Build
can
these
challenge me
things.
with.
I need this by tomorrow. Yeah. Speaking of which, build us some new balloon tutorials.
Let's do that. I got one coming up with Easter coming up. Got this one for you right here. Let's take a look. All right, folks, with Easter coming up, I've got a great little bunny hat that has served me well in my restaurant work and in my line work. It uses just 2 balloons for the head, 2 260s. Unless you use a different color than pink, then it's 2 260s and a scrap of pink for the nose. But it's very simple. We're going to start with our inflated 260 with about a good generous tail on the end, because we're not going to use the whole thing. We're going to go a hand width. This is going to make our eyes. We're going to make one hand width bubble, followed by another hand width bubble. Bring them together, tie them up with the nozzle, so we have a pair, just like that. All right, now we're going to go a little over a hand width, maybe a hand and a thumb, bubble, and loop twist that. We're going to do another hand and a thumb, and loop twist that. And then we're going to make 2. We're going to loop those together so there's not that ugly gap in between them as well. All right, now we're going to make about a 2-finger bubble, followed by another 2-finger bubble. Bring those together and twist them together like so. Follow up with a little pinch twist in the back. So it looks like that on the back, that on the front. Now, we're going to use pink for this bunny because pink is a good Easter color. We're going to run the nozzle in between the eyes. And again, I'm not going to cut off this nozzle because this nozzle is very important for the further construction of the bunny. We're going to do a bubble that goes all the way down to the pinch twist. And tie it in. Just like so. We're going to loop this. First we're going to squeeze it into that cheek bubble just a little bit. We're going to loop this up to the top. Follow the contour of the eyes. Give it a twist. And this is where the nozzle comes in handy. We're going to wrap it around about 3 or 4 times. We're going to tuck that nozzle back in underneath all of the eyes and the head structure so far. All right, now, we're going to soften up our 260 a little bit. We're going to make 1, 2, 3 hand width bubble. Loop twist it. We're going to do another 1, 2, 3 hand width bubble. Loop twist it. Alright, and now on the other side of the bunny head, right back here, we're going to loop that pink one back down into the pinch twist on the back of the head. And we're going to bring this out to the front. So our bunny now looks like, oops. Of course, squeeze that into the cheeks really good on both sides of the head. But our bunny now looks like a Pinocchio bunny. Don't fret. We're going to let some of the air out of that. Give it a snip. Soften it really good. Tie it once more, just for stability's sake. And we're going to make a pinch twist for the nose. Pinch twist just like so. Cut off the excess. Discard. Arrange everything so you got a cute little bunny. Then we're going to add some Sharpie artwork. You can make this as simple or as complex as you'd like. I prefer to go simple if I'm in a hurry, especially because simple still sells this particular balloon. Give it some eyes, some whiskers. That's our bunny head. Now, whenever I do this in a restaurant or in a line work situation, I usually put it on a hat base, just your simple hat base. I take the neck of the balloon down about there, put a pinch twist on it just like that. Take off the excess, discard Scott. Thank you, sir. And twist it right into one of the end pieces on the hat base. And that gives us a very cool Easter Bunny hat. I hope you guys find as much use for this as I have. Hope you enjoy it. Thanks for watching.
I was very aware of what you did there.
What?
Somehow you were going to get into a pink bunny costume during the show.
Yeah.
You tried to sneak it in on me, but I caught you.
Yeah.
All right. So I got a package in the mail.
You did? What'd you
I
get?
did. Well, Matt Falloon sent me a parcel from Australia.
Is this it?
That's part of it.
That's
That's not the
part of it,
entire
okay.
thing. I know it looks like a magic wand of some sort. This is a type of fabric, and he sells these inserts for whatever you use for a balloon rig.
Okay.
We've seen his balloon rig
Yeah.
on here. Really
Okay,
amazing.
yeah,
He has the
that's-
box. All these things hold the 260s. A lot of people take old bags or what do they have? Drawer inserts.
Mm-hmm.
Inserts.
Inserts?
They use inserts too.
Yes, they use those too.
To roll balloons in and put rubber bands, and there's a whole process you have to go through. So he has these little things that roll up on their own. Now we have we were discussing the McDonald's assorted red and yellow balloons.
Yes.
So what you would do is you would open these up, and if you want to be my Vanna White here, drop those in.
Drop it in.
Watch out! Just like that. It's rolled up.
Just like that, and then
It's like a finger trap of some
keeps
sort.
its own spring tension on there as it
Dude, you
closes
got a
back
loop.
around.
You know what? I used an apron with Velcro. And that's
That's
handy.
way cooler.
And from what I gather, the trick is every time you take one of these out, the elastic part keeps tightening up, so you don't have a loose roll.
Right.
So that's
Down
pretty
to a
handy.
certain point. Yeah, that is handy. Thanks, Matt.
Like
That's-
Matt Falloon knows what he's doing.
I know. One of these days, he's going to take this show on the road and become a professional.
Well, he was at Twist and Shout last year, and he's making
Was
plans
he?
next year. And I don't know if he's going to be an instructor, but I'm pulling for him.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Well, he said some more stuff. All right, I'll let you do this.
Okay, this one is awesome. This is, if you've seen it on the internet so far, this is the Modd Bodz.
Go ahead and open up.
Okay. I must.
You know we're going to.
I know. The Modd Bodz, the ones he sent us here, are these little tuxedo bodies.
Very nice.
Oh, that's cute. There's all sorts of things to be done with these. We've seen the penguin.
Right. Very trailblazing of them too, because we have head prints.
Right.
No one makes a body
Nobody
print
makes a
until
body print
now.
Until now.
And these are Matt Falloon's that he had made at his own expense. He's been using them, testing them out, and word is Continental says we'll have them available soon.
Right, and the nozzle is on top of the tuxedo, which makes it easy to tie on a pre-printed head. Or if you use a twisted head, it's easy to feed up through there and tie with the eyeballs to make it combine.
Twist the bubble on the bottom, maybe raisins if you do the
feet,
arms.
yeah.
And he has a tutorial, I think, for his penguin on there.
Yeah.
He sent a few bags to other people to try out, and of course we played with them. I've got the, of course, your idea, but the magician.
Whoa!
That's a guy in a top hat. That's a magician. You gotta have the magic wand.
And this is our 1880s villain. Let's see if he'll twirl his mustache. Twirl, twirl, twirl. Yes. So yeah, I mean those would be usable with the little guy from Patrick Vanderven. That'd make a great little body for him if you wanted to do.
Of course, bride and
Charlie
groom.
Chaplin, yeah, bride and groom.
James Bond.
James Bond, of
That's what he
course.
said.
Yeah.
And, guy in a tuxedo.
Guy in a tuxedo.
Girl in a tuxedo.
Yeah.
Giraffe in a tuxedo.
Teddy bear in a tuxedo.
Cow in a tuxedo.
I'm a trailblazer.
Yeah, I know. Blank in a tuxedo.
Pretty much anything in a tuxedo, and those are
Oh, all right.
those are way handy. What are you going to do? Ninja in a tuxedo?
Ninja in a tuxedo. Oh, that would be. I was just gonna make a tuxedo in a tuxedo, but
Okay,
man,
yeah, see.
ninja in a tuxedo.
Right.
Wow.
Well, that is pretty neat. Thanks, Matt, for putting those on the market.
Yay.
Matt Falloon, you are my personal hero.
Right. And came up with the concept, did the artwork, spent the money to do the research. So yeah, you gotta support this guy.
Absolutely, absolutely. If for no other reason, just the Modd Bodz, let alone the other things he's doing in the balloon world these days.
And stuff we haven't seen yet.
Yeah, I know.
Who knows what he has brewing that he hasn't showed us? So
Right.
dude, call it an episode.
Let's call it an episode. Well, guys, that brings us to the end of this week. For Balloon Blast, he's Scott Tripp.
He's Sam Cremains.
You guys have a great week, and we'll see you next week.
You and I shop, buy a bag of balloons with the money we've got. Set them free at the break of dawn. So one by one, they were gone. Back at the base, sparks in the software. Flash the message, someone's out there. Floating in the summer sky, 99 red balloons go by.